comedian, performer, general layabout here in New York City, and I've got a message for the children. Basically, even when you graduate, life is still like high school, you find out, and it's basically because this entire country and everybody in it has only evolved to the age of 17, being on like Pep Squad, where everything's like awesome, and everybody's in their own annoying fucking clique. So I discovered this, or rediscovered this, when I was in Miami a couple of years ago, and I was going out for like one of these bachelorette weekends there, and it was basically me and a minivan full of blonde girls from Texas, and yikes, you know, train wreck already, and the big night, you know, celebrating bachelorette, was going out to like this club called the Crowbar, and I know that they're in a couple different places, and basically if you don't know the Crowbar, it's like one of these places where like Leo and like Christina Aguilera and like Rihanna or whatever show up occasionally, and everybody takes a dump in their Daisy Dukes because they're so excited about it, you know. So we're going there that night, right? And they've got some setup in the VIP room, and everyone's like, ah! And all the other girls are wearing like backless, strapless, like clothless clothing, and I'm wearing black because that's where I'd worn to the beach earlier that day. And apparently that was appropriate like evening wear because everybody else in Miami wears like bikinis to 4-star restaurants and stuff. So I was like, okay, fine, you know, let's just go to this damn Crowbar. You know, I just wanted to go there, enjoy my free champagne and my cigarette. And normally in these places, there's like a stack of coats that you can sit next to, and everybody leaves you the hell alone, and you can just chain smoke and drink, and you're fine. But this night, I had chosen to sit exactly in the same place where this like pile of hookers wanted to be dancing, you know, and they were all dancing on the chairs, and I was sitting on a chair because I'm a human being and that's what we do, we sit on chairs. But they were all dancing there, and they were way more important than my ass apparently, because the bouncer of the VIP room comes in to call me out of the VIP room, and he's like, excuse me, miss, you're gonna have to leave. You have an odor and the other guests have been complaining.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right? And I'm like, what, how the hell can you smell me in this room, first of all? There's like a big pile of hookers over here. This girl's got her like labia wrapped around her shorts like a hot dog bun. And I smell like you smell me. You know, so I'm starting to get like a little angry and passive aggressive about it. And I'm like, well, what exactly smells? Is it smell like feet, or is it my armpits, or is it my pussy? Is it my hair? What smells? You know? And then that just became kind of aggressive and not passive aggressive. And so he's like, I'm sorry, ma'am, you're gonna have to go. And I turned to my friends who are all there, and they're all big blonde and like, you know, hanging out, and I'm like, the bouncer says I smell and I have to leave. And the sister-in-law of the bride just turns to me and like whips out some perfume from her purse and hands it to me and goes back to dancing. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit, you know? And I'm starting to get like upset and feeling like this somehow reflects upon me, and I'm like, well, you know, like, I'm really cool, I promise, you know, like, people like me, I'm funny, I hold people's hair back, like, let me stay. And he's like, no, you gotta go. So, you know, he kicks me out into the, like, normal club there, and it's like, there's like, you know, 2.5 billion people there, you know, and I'm just like, I'm in hell, and like, hell is other losers, you know, because they're all there, and like, they don't have the benefit of having been in the VIP room, so they think they're like happy and everything's great, and they're like unstaying. Meanwhile, I'm fucking miserable, because I'm like, I thought it was cool now that I'm an artist in New York and no one gives a shit in Miami. So I go to the bar and I buy a drink, right? And the cigarette girl comes up to me, you know, and she's like doing surveys, and I'm like commiserating with her, like, I can't believe they kicked me out of the VIP room. And she's like, I know, fill this thing out for Camel. So I did, and I got a free lighter, and she goes away, and I'm sitting there like alone with like, you know, like 200 people surrounding me, and I'm just like, this is fucking awful. And so I just go outside, and, you know, like, I'm starting to cry and shake and stuff, and I'm like, oh, fuck this, you know. So I just grab a cab. I just, you know, go out, I grab a cab, and I'm like, you know, brushing the tears away in the back of the cab. And it would be very dramatic if I were in New York, but I'm in fucking Miami, and it's just pathetic, you know. And I feel like the prom date that's been stood up, and I'm like watching reruns of Frasier at home, and it's just miserable. And I, you know, at that moment, I'm just like, you know what, I can't leave New York. Clearly, like, I should never go on vacation. I no other place will have me, clearly, with this place, because I feel like New York City is like the geek table at lunch, you know, and it's like nobody sticks out because everybody sticks out here, and it's like, you know, it's become my own private VIP room, basically, you know. It's the place where, you know, if you try to leave, the bouncer throws you back in, you know, and there are entire neighborhoods of people who want to gentrify me, you know, and everything that I do is style, and as long as I keep dancing, everybody knows it's a party. So, I've taken up permanent residence, kids, and I suggest that you do the same.